using order of operations to simplify this expression. Before we begin this problem using order of operations, let's review P, E, M, D, A, S, PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So first we do inside our parentheses. Next we work on our exponents. Next we multiply or divide. Remember, working left to right. And the last thing we do is add or subtract. Again, working left to right. Okay, so let's copy down the problem. We have 2/3 plus 5/12 times 1/3. The difficult part with this problem is how do you show your work neatly when there are so many steps involved? So I'm going to work out the problem on the right-hand side. Now, according to our order of operations, we're going to work inside our parentheses first. So over here, I'm going to set up the problem 2/3 plus 5/12. Okay. We notice the first step we have to do when adding fractions is to find a common denominator. So that would be our multiples of 3 and 12. 3 times 1 is 3, 6, 9, and we know our multiples of 12. So my common denominator is going to be 12. Okay. Now let's find equivalent fractions. We know that 3 goes into 12 4 times, so I'm going to multiply by 4 over 4, which is my 1. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 times 4 equals 8. Down here, this already has a denominator of 12. So 12 times 1 is 12. 5 times 1 is 5. Let's go ahead and add our numerators. We're adding 8 plus 5, which would give me 13 over 12. We're adding 8 plus 5. Okay. Now, once we have added our numerator, notice that we kept 12, 12, 12. I need to simplify. So I look at 13 over 12 and I notice that it is an improper fraction. That means that the numerator is larger. So we're going to have to divide. So 12 goes into 13 one time, and my remainder is 1/12. The remainder goes on top of the 12, so 1/12. I then look at the 1/12 and I ask myself, does it simplify? Can I reduce further? So you always ask, does it reduce? In this case, no. The reason it does not reduce is because I have a 1 and 1 does not reduce any further. So the answer to this part is 1 and 1/12. Okay. I bring down the 1/3 and now I'm going to multiply 1 and 1/12 times 1/3. Okay. So let's do that over here on the side. I have 1 and 1/12 times 1/3. Now this is a mixed fraction. I'm going to convert it back to an improper fraction, which we had over here as 13 over 12. We multiply 1 times 12 is 12, plus the 1 on top, makes 13 over 12 times 1/3. I check to see if I can simplify. 3 does not divide evenly into 13, so no, it does not simplify. I try the other two sides. Again, I have a 1. 1 does not simplify. So now I'm going to multiply across. Let me copy it over so you can see it better. I'm going to multiply 13 times 1, which is 13. 12 times 3, which is 36. Remember to simplify. However, we already tried to simplify when we looked across and try to cancel. We noticed that 3 did not go into 13, 12, and a 1 signifying that it does not cancel. And so because I tried over here, this will not simplify. When I try to simplify by looking at my list of primes, 13 is already a prime. Let's see, what's that? 2 times 18, 2 times, anyway, there's going to be nothing in common here. This is just 1 times 13. So no, this does not simplify. So then my final answer is 13 over 36. So in this problem, we had 2 steps. We had to do our parentheses first. We worked it out on the side by finding common denominator. We simplified. Then we brought down the 1/3 so that we could multiply. We multiplied, and our answer did not simplify. 13 over 36.